I am a doughnut. That's what this guy, John F. Kennedy, is sometimes accused of having said in his iconic 1963 speech in West Berlin. Yes, in German, a Berliner could refer to a person from Berlin or this kind of jam-filled donut. But many Germans refer to this as a Krapfen, and in Berlin it's known as a Pfannkuchen, which translates as pancake. Confused? Me too. If the American president had been more literal and claimed to be an American, it wouldn't have helped him much either. In Germany, this sugary treat is known as an Amerikaner, or American. Okay, enough of the baked goods. Today, we're taking Meet the Germans on a transatlantic trip. I want to find out, just how sweet are German-US relations?
Ich glaube schon, es hat sich einiges zum Negativen verändert. Es gibt mehr Emotionen, mehr Spannungen im Verhältnis.
Das hängt ja immer von der Regierung ab, ne?
Früher war ja die Beziehung theoretisch in Ordnung.
Zerstört ist diese Freundschaft.
Ich denke, man muss, um eben so eine Freundschaft auch aufrechtzuerhalten, auch die positiven Dinge sehen.
Sie sind aufgeschlossen, freundlich, höflich, meistens intelligent.
Ob es jetzt Begriffe sind, Essen oder bestimmte Sitten, denke ich, wird schon viel übernommen, weil es halt so dieses Hollywood-Vorbild immer noch so ein bisschen ist.
Ja, dadurch, dass ja auch sehr viele Europäer ausgewandert sind, haben sie auch die Kulturen mitgenommen, ne?
Also im Endeffekt gehören sie ja zu Europa.
There's no denying this relationship has had its ups and downs over the past century. Okay, here comes the history part. But let's keep things a little more exciting. Here's a brief history of US-German relations, told through the medium of baseball. The first official baseball game on German ground was played at the Berlin Olympics in 1936. No other countries ended up sending a team. So the US played the US. And the US won! USA! USA! The Second World War unsurprisingly saw US-German relations hit rock bottom. Major League Baseball players were drafted into the US military, and the sport all but disappeared in Nazi Germany. After World War II, things got a lot better as the US helped to rebuild a modern, democratic Germany. The occupying Americans wanted to teach the Germans the American way of life. And one way to do this was through sport. The Cold War period saw the US and West Germany unite against the common enemy of communism and the Soviet Union. And in the run-up to 1989, the US encouraged the reunification of East and West Germany. The 80s also saw the establishment of the current form of the baseball Bundesliga in Germany, which is still going strong today. Hey! Many staples of US culture today have very German roots. Think Christmas trees, hamburgers and sauerkraut. There are also hundreds of annual Oktoberfests celebrated in the US, from California to Alabama. And that's no surprise, because around 1/5 of all Americans claim to have German heritage. Among the first German immigrants to the US was a group of Mennonites from Krefeld. They arrived in Philadelphia in the 1600s, fleeing religious persecution. They named their new settlement, wait for it, Germantown. US culture always seems to carry a particular cachet among the younger generations in Germany. Back in the 50s and 60s, it was rock and roll music, jeans, and Coca-Cola. These days, it's Beyoncé, Netflix series, and, well, still Coca-Cola. The Germans also have a somewhat bizarre interest in Native American culture. Take, for example, the beloved stories and films of the character Winnetou. Unfortunately, they haven't quite kept up with the debate surrounding cultural appropriation. Germans dressing up as Native Americans for carnival can come as quite a shock for visiting Americans. There's also been a fair amount of linguistic trading between the two nations over the years. Where would the Americans be without their kindergarten or Schadenfreude? And the Germans without their laptops, meetings, marketing, t-shirts, yuppies, and jet lag? That's all from this week's Meet the Germans. Auf Wiedersehen, see you later.